Hello ethical hackers, welcome to a new kind of videos that I'm trying to do. It's about trying to solve a hacking challenge from start to finish, kind of a live session where you get to see exactly what the hacking process is all about. And let me know in the descriptions if you want to see more of this kind of videos. But today we're going to use the OWASP Top 10 lab, and specifically we're going to see the WebGoat challenges. And let's start with the admin lost password challenge. So these are challenges which are not part of the OWASP Top 10. They are meant to maybe combine things together. I'm not sure. This is the first time of me trying to solve those challenges. So it says, welcome to the WebGoat challenge. Contains CTF-like lessons where we do not provide any explanations. What you need to do, no hints will be provided. Okay. You can use these challenges in a CTF style where you can run WebGoat on one server. We already have it running in the OWASP Top 10 lab. And participants can join and hack the challenge. A scoreboard is available in the WebGoat. So I see it's kind of like you can set it up for CTF. In this CTF you will need to solve a couple of challenges. Each one will give you a flag which you will need to post in order to gain points. Okay. Flags have the following formats. The rules: do not try to hack the competition, play fair, and brute force challenge is not. Brute forcing the flags is not allowed. Have fun. Alright. So let's see the next page. And here we have a login page. Alright. Let's start with the simple login operation. Send the request. And it says here that, sorry, the solution is not correct. So maybe we can try SQL injection by injecting a quote in both fields. And again, we have the same problem, the same error message here. Let's see behind the scenes by proxying the traffic through Burp. So let me just start Burp real quick. I'm just going to use the community edition since it's more than enough for our exercise. And let's see the configuration. So I'm going to just check this off to let the request come through, and then verify that I have another port that is listening here other than the one where we have already WebGoat install running and listening to. So like 8082 would be fine. And let me just verify that we have the same port here. Save this. And now if we run this logging, we should see a post request containing our logging data being sent. Okay, let's just turn off this for now and try to understand how the application works. So if we send this to the repeater, we can play with it, and obviously this is the first challenge, so that's why I guess we have challenge /1. We have a cookie and welcome banner status, and then a continue code. I'm not sure what this is about. Maybe I can base 64 encode it. It doesn't seem like a base 64 though. Okay, So when we send this request, we get a typical response that's saying that the lesson is not completed. So if we try double quote, same thing. If we just remove the password altogether. Okay, so now we get a verbose error saying that the parameter password is not present. Alright, but we can try to see if there is anything that we can find inside this exception. Doesn't seem to be interesting. So let's see if there is anything interesting. I'm not sure if those challenges are related or they are separated. Let's see. Second one. Can you log in as Larry? It seems though that these are separated challenges. Try to reset the password for admin. Okay. Can you still vote? Yeah, I think that they're definitely separate because I don't see any relationship between those challenges. Alright, so is this image like something, or let's try to download it and see what's inside. Alright, so we've downloaded it and it's a JPEG image. So let's just run strings and see if there's anything that pops out. I don't think there is something here. I don't see any other authentication feature like maybe a forgot password or a registration feature. I only see the sign in, and this doesn't seem to do anything. Obviously the flaw might not be here because they said that the flag should not be brute forceable, but I'm just going to render this page and see if there is anything that returns back in the HTML response. So we have main.js, and then we have a couple of views. There is no hints in the challenges, so this page is not interesting. And this is the page that returns the login. If we render it, you can see, yeah, so this is the page. So if we just go back and see if there is any hidden HTML. So this is the form that's responsible for sending the username and password. I don't seem to find any clue whatsoever. I've already seen this main.js, but I guess it's a general JavaScript file. It's not just for this particular challenge. So here we have lesson 1, well maybe 2 would work. Admin lost password, where, well, I think that's, yes, so this is So the challenge says that admin lost password, which means that somehow we need to find that password. So we've tried SQL injection, but it didn't work. So maybe there's another page, a hidden page that might give us a clue or help us figure out how to reset that password. So here I sent this to challenge 1. Well, maybe let's just see challenge 2 so it doesn't exist. I don't think this is the way to go because obviously those are not found pages. So we go back to 1 and let's try to mess up with these. Like, let's remove that and see if we have any feedback. Nothing. Okay, let's remove the cookie altogether. Nothing. Let's remove all of these. Same thing, and maybe just rename this one. Alright, now it says that I'm not authenticated. That's totally normal because this is the J session ID of the whole WebGoat application. So the way I think that would work is try and brute force the password. I guess this is the only way that's left for us. So we're going to use a word list to try to brute force that. So since I'm using the intruder, the Burp Community Edition, the intruder would take a bit of time, but let's just give it a try. So we send this to the intruder and we target the password because I think we already had admin pre-populated when we entered the challenge. So I guess the admin is the right username, but we don't have a password. And for the payload, I would load the word list of passwords from Seclist's project. So let me go just real quick to the Seclist project. And let's see the common credentials and maybe try the first 100 passwords. Let's copy the raw version. And we're just going to paste it here. Right. So let's start the attack and see if there is any change in either the status or the length of the request. Normally when the login is successful, it should redirect to some kind of page. So it would return a 302 redirect code, or we would have a different length in the response. We might use another word list which is larger, but in this case I would use FUF to brute force rather than intruder because it takes forever to run. So what it's doing here is just trying to guess the password by just populating this with the payload. So in the meantime, I'm just going to see if we can just run this using FUF. So in this case, I'm going to use a larger word list like this one. It should obviously take forever to load. Alright, so I'm going to put it locally. We Could have also downloaded it, which would be better, I guess. Just take this URL and just going to use a new tab. Terminate this one, don't use it, and just use wget for that file and call it pass.txt. That's way better. Now if we just count the number of lines that we have, just to make sure that we've downloaded the whole file, it's 100,000 words, and if we just head the first lines, we just make sure that we have the list of the password. Okay, let's see where there are any results here. Not yet. Same response length here. So I'm just going to take this URL . Not sure if I need to add HTTP here, but let's just do it. And from here, I will add some headers. Most important thing, I guess, is this one, so that it evaluates my post data correctly, and obviously I need the cookie. And request would be a post, and then the data would be equals to this, and we're going to replace this with a placeholder fuzz, so that we take wherever we have in our pass file, and I think we need a way to figure out what the correct response would be. So in this case, I'm going to just look for this string in the response. So I'm going to filter out using the regular expression. I think it's R. So let's hit run, and now we see the requests. Now, to be sure that our request is running correctly, instead of filtering the response using the regular expression, we're going to match it. So if now I hit enter, I need to get some results. So it's working as expected. So now we're just going to wait until we potentially find the right password. Obviously, the short password list didn't work. Don't see any outlier here. So I'm not sure how those kind of challenges work, but I guess this is an isolated one, which means that we only have this URL that we are targeting, but it could be another thing. Maybe there is another page here that we need to figure out. So just for curiosity purpose, let's send some flag here and Look for the requests. So it's now challenge/flag. Okay. Or maybe we can like send this again to the repeater and maybe see if we have any hidden page. So here it says that obviously it's waiting for a post request. So normally challenge 1, maybe we can have a 1/reset for the reset password, or maybe forgot password. I think I might brute force the directories to see if there are any hidden directories here, because obviously I don't see any page here other than this one. This would be, I guess, challenge 2. It's challenge 5. We send a request. It's challenge/5. Where is 2, 3, and 4? This one is challenge 7. This one is challenge 8. Alright. Does it mean that we need challenge 2, 3, and 4? But we've already seen that we don't have such challenges, or do we? So 2, no, 3, 4, until we go to 5. Okay. Alright. Okay, so now we are getting some kind of response here, but it doesn't seem like the right one. They are, most of them starting with D, apart from this one, elemental. So when I send this, I get this, but if I send elemental, it's just a false positive, I guess. Duh. Yeah, I think it's just a false positive. Okay. What's in this scoreboard? Nothing. So this is my username, and 0, which means 0 flags or 0 points, I don't know. Okay, and in this CTF you will need to solve a couple of challenges. Each challenge will give you a flag which you will need to post in order to gain points. Okay. So if we don't get a response, if we don't get the correct password from brute force, then I think we need to move on to the next challenge. Maybe they are related after all. So here they are asking us to try to log in as Larry. And in this case, we have a forgot password feature. It's not like the first one where we don't have anything. Like, see here. I don't see any forgot password. Well, maybe we have we have a hidden forgot password. So if I go to this page, well, I don't see any page here. Maybe it's just an empty anchor. Yeah, it doesn't point to anything. Okay. And we don't see any new page. Alright, so they are asking us to log in as Larry. Maybe it's Larry like this. Please try to log in as Larry, not Larry. Okay. So the challenge is giving us some hints already. Let's send this, and this is not the correct password for Larry. So we have the user Larry, but the password is not correct. Alright. Password login. They are expecting password login instead of password. And of course, like the first challenge, the credentials are not correct. And we still have the same cookies. Okay. What about our fluff? It doesn't work. Okay. So I don't think those two challenges are related. Maybe we can change the post method to put, and that way there might be handler listening for that method. And sorry, I need to go back to the challenge one. Okay. So maybe this allows to reset the username admin's password. Nope. You can see that there is a 405 method not allowed, meaning that there's no handler behind that. Right. Looks like that's all we have. The only thing that I haven't tested is just take this image and try to see if there is anything inside. Because that's kind of weird to have this logo here and the same one here. So let's download it and see what's inside. Of course, I need the cookie. I think I've mistaken WGoat with girl here. So let's curl this and put it in an image. PNG. Writing body, permission denied. Weird thing. I don't know how to download image. WebGoat.png. Nope. Right, so let's just fetch it here inside of proxy. I guess we must already have it here somewhere. So let's just filter. Oh, not sure. Search now. Okay, let's just refresh the page, and we should see a URL going to. Sorry. Should see URL to web. This one. So where is it? Let's show everything, and here we can see the image. If we see the response, it's already registered into the cache, so let's just remove this header. And now we have the content of the image. And let's see if there is anything that pops up like the previous image. Maybe you can look for admin. Oh, yeah, there's something here. If you look for admin, there's something that resembles to a password, right? Let's copy it and test it here. Change this to post as before. Alright, so now we have completed true, and the flag is this one. I really hate this kind of challenges because they are more CTF challenges than really bug bounty or real hacking challenges. Never seen someone putting his credentials into an image, but it's kind of it's not even a steganography, but hopefully you've seen how a hacker would go through different stages of frustration and rabbit holes. This is the reality behind hacking. I mean, it's all trial and failure until you find something. And when you find it, that's when things get interesting. So I hope this was helpful to you. I mean, we tried many areas, brute forced the password, tried to change the methods, and fetch the images and seeing the strings within them. So these are kind of things that a hacker would try to find holes in a web application. So again, if you found this content entertaining and helpful, let me know if you need more of it. It's just more of an experimental video. Based on your feedback, I would decide. Okay, so as always, stay curious, keep learning, and go find some bugs.